Yeah, good morning to everyone. Yeah, today we are going to discuss about Arcane Group. In the last class also we have discussed a little bit of Arcane Group, and today we are going to say the detailedly about the Arcane Group. Arcane Groups, which was introduced by the J.D. Dana for the ancient rock succession of Vulcanian shale. The succession it is divided into the majorly into two groups based on the geological and the geochronological data. The lower unit contains the highly deformed rocks, and it is termed as the Archean group, and the upper unit less deformed, and also it's consisting of a metamorphosed rocks, as it is called as a proterozoic group. The recent studies that during the early Archeans, which are having the land surfaces, and it's also having the basin of evaporate environment. So far, the oldest rocks dated by isotopic studies, which was used in a sediment formation in Greenland. It has given the age about 3,800 million years, and the genesis from slave province of Canada, and it has given the age about 3,960 million years. As per this data, the Archeans extends the era from 4,000 to 2,500 million years, and some limestones with intercalations of volcanic rocks, and they were deposited in distinct sedimentary basins in a large extent, and it has taken a time that is 2,500 to 900 million years. Yes, the earliest phase of this history, it is representing an Archean era. It is a form of a rock sequence at the surface of the Earth. However, it is an unrecognizable basement. The Archean basement shows various proportions of volcanic and sedimentary assemblages. Yes, these assemblages occurs as a linear belt of various dimensions and as inclusion and enclaves, etc. The belts of variously referred supracrustals, supracrustal associations, and greenstone belts, older metamorphosed rocks, based on the data from the petrological studies, geochemical, structural, and geochronological investigations of the peninsular India. It is recognized as a bi-Archean provinces. Those are Dharwar province. The first one it is Dharwar province. Second one it is Eastern Ghat province. Third one it is Central province, fourth one Singham province, and finally fifth one it is Aravalli province. And also it is divided as cratons. The major five cratons are, you see here in the picture, Aravalli craton, and second one it is Bundelkhand craton. Third one it is Singham craton, and nearby that Bastar craton, and one more it was Dharwad craton. You see here the Dharwad craton, it was located here and it is a huge craton. The Dharwad province. Dharwad province, it was introduced by the Robert Bruce Fort. The Dharwad system for the Arcane rocks, and it's consisting of granites and schist, and it is located in Karnataka. Later, Pichamuthu, he was a famous geologist and scientist, was named the entire Dharwad province as a Dharwad craton, and it is called as a small shield also. The extension of this area, it is about occupied 3,000, 3,50,000 square kilometers. It is in located southern India. The Dharwad rocks occur in several trends. It's having the different trending belts. The direction it is north northwest, south southeast. The granitic gneisses contain enclaves of amphibolites and schist, which are regarded to really host large amount of granitic intrusions. And researchers has been told, and it is indicated that the schist belt inclusions are enclaves within the gneisses. It is representing as a basic igneous rocks and primitive sedimentary rocks, and which are older than in a Dharwad age. The older schists, which are showing a relative high degree of deformation and metamorphism. It is known as a ancist supracrustal enclaves. It is called as a ancist supracrustal enclaves. And it is also called as a Sargur type or Sargur cystical complex or a Sargur group also. It's the equivalent of Sargurs. Namalagalla, and finally it was Adahalli in Karnataka state. Yes, the belts of these Kolar and Hatti in Karnataka, it's containing the huge amount of gold deposits. It is a older greenstone belt and which is occurs in eastern part of the Dharwad craton. The high-grade cysts, these were included further by the peninsular gneissic complex. It is called as a PGC. PGC means peninsular gneissic complex. And together they form the basement for the deposition of volcano sedimentary assemblages, which are belonging to the younger greenstone belts. It is known as a Darwar Supergroup. Angular unconformity it is recognized between the Sargurs and Darwars. The Darwar type of cyst belts, which are Shimoga, Baba Budan, Kudhirmukh, Chitradurg, and Sandur. Sargur cyst belt can be correlated with Kevatins
Sir,
of
excuse me,
Canada.
sir.
Yes,
Sir, your voice is very low.
it's very low.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but actually, yeah, it's not my problem. Maybe, yeah, it is
Okay,
in
sir.
full. Is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, coming to this topic. Sargur cyst belts can be correlated. That means if we can correlate it with other formations like it is equivalent to the Kevatins of Canada and other similar greenstone belts elsewhere. Then, okay, now let us see these same formations in a granitic rocks, which are extensively developed in the eastern part of the Darwin crater. The time span of this one, that is 2,700 to 2,500 million years. And recently it was named as proposed for this group of Darwar Batholith also. It is called as a Darwar Batholith also. I hope you know the batholith, the meaning of the batholith. That is it's a use of a rock formation. Now, next coming to the Eastern Ghats province. The Eastern Ghats province, it is a characteristic of a high-grade metamorphism. It is a high-grade metamorphism. You see the difference between the previous one and now. In a previous, the Darwar group, it has only the granitic terrain, that means igneous and little bit amount of sediment formation, and also it's having the very low amount of a metamorphic stage. But here when you come into this is Eastern Ghats province. In Eastern Ghats province it is the main character of this one. It has a high grade metamorphism and it is mainly composed of chondrites, mainly composed of chondrites, Charnockites, and Migmatitic gneisses. They are distributed mainly in two distinct belts. The first belt is aligned with the east coast of Andhra Pradesh, and it is up to form as a Orissa. The distance around about 900 kilometers. And again, when you come into the second one, they extend from the South Ongol to Brahmani River in Orissa. And second one, if you come into this, the second one, it is from Chennai to the southern part of the Cape Comorin, and also it's a western part of the Tamil Nadu, and it is adjoining of Kerala and Karnataka. And the same hills we can identify in the western Ghats of Nilgiri. Now this is a tabular format of a precambrians in a Karnataka. Just so you can see here, approximate age limit. It was expressed in the million years. And second one, it is a super group. It will come in under which super group. And next one, it is a group. And finally, a formation or a litho units. Formation or litho units means the lithological formation, rock structure, how they were formed here. Yeah, we will come from down onwards. This is a, you see here, it is a 3,000 millionaires or more than 3,000 millionaires. It's a, I told you that is a ancient supra crustal enclaves that is called as a Sargur group. And again, it has groups again, Sargur, Krishnarajpet, Nuglihalli, Kalyadi, Alladahalli, and Polisanapur. Finally, it's consisting of a systems. These are all the systems. And the little units. Here, the lithological units, that means rock formations, high grade cysts, and it's consisting of a starolite. It's consisting of a starolite, kyanite, sillimanite, cystis, and calc silicate rocks, crystalline limestone, and also it's consisting of a BIF. BIF means banded iron formations. Along with that one, Fuchsite quartzite. The Fuchsite quartzite, it is looking in a green color. Amphibolites, alpha-morphic floors, and chromatiferous anarthosites. These are all the litho units. At the time, these were formed. And next one, it is above the 3000 years means, that means above means when we coming to the down. Maybe around it is 3000 million years. Slowly, if you come into this one, it is Baba Buran formation. In this one, there are various volcanics and eclastic sediments, and it's having the mainly iron formations and some graphite cists also. And there are basic to intermediate volcanic formations, and these are all having some acid volcanic and across the bedded quadrates. The quadrates means here again metamorphosed. Here there are two features or two formations we need to identify. One, it is acid volcanic formation, and second one, it is crossing the bedded quartzites. And next one, it is Alampur cross bedded quartzites. Here it is Alampur cross bedded quartzite. Again, it is metamorphosed, and also it's consisting of a metapyroxenites, metagabbro. It's a metagabbro metapyroxenite. It is the middle stage of the formations. And next one, it is a Kalsapura meta basic rocks. You see meta basic rocks, and again quartz pebble conglomerate. Meta basic rock up to it is indicating as a igneous, and then and quartz pebble conglomerates, and the quartzite, and some inclusion of iron bedded volcanic. Up to here it is again a metamorphosed, but iron bedded volcanic again it is related with the igneous activity. So that here the two types of formations for having. And the next one, it is the age around the 2900 to 2600. It's a Dharwad supergroup, Chitradurga. The subgroup, it is a Chitradurga. In a Chitradurga formations, Gravex, argillite suit of volcanic, pyroclastic cystis, polemic conglomerates. Here, completely it is a this formation is a completely it is a related to the metamorphosis, and except this volcanic activity. Volcanic activity, it is a recent act. It is a younger part. And again, some basic volcanic activity, it is continuous. It is located in Ingaldal, and it's consisting of a pyroclastic and volcanic sheds and sulfide, some iron formations also we can able to see here. And next one, it is a Vani Vilas iron manganese formations, limestones, dolomites, silates, and quartzites. And next age, it is about 2700 to 2600 million age. It's a Kola type. Kola type means again, it's a older green cyst belt. Here the groups are Polar, Hatti, Musky, Pennar, Hagari, Mangalore, Hangand, Pustagi, Raichur, Diodurg belts. These are all the formations, and it's consisting of the litho units are mainly volcanic plastic sediments. Volcanic plastic sediments, along with that one, acidic volcanic polymic conglomerates, banded iron formations, jets, banded quartzites, cystos, amphiboles, and metabasalts. Here again, it is mixed formations. We can able to identify here mixed formations, which are from igneous activity and metamorphic both. And next, coming to the younger gneiss complex. The younger gneiss complex around the age about 2600 to 2500 million age. And the litho units are here the Kamba gneiss. And next one, it is a Patna gneiss, Dodonites. Those are gneisses of a polar district cyst belt. These are all in the formation in the form of or in the part of a polar cyst belt only. But it's a younger formation. A final, it's reached up to the 2500 million years. The groups are divided into the three here. One, it is a closed bed granite. Second one, it is a Chitradur granite. Third one, it is the granulites. The litho formations. Sorry to disturb you. It is a problem my side only I have. Is it visible to see this one PDF file? Hello? Okay. The Eastern Gate, it's consisting of the best classical example of this one Precambrian mobile belt in the peninsular Indian shale. And recently it is also named as a Eastern Gut mobile belt or it is called as a middle proterozoic mobile belt. And structurally, these rocks are having the folding, intense folding, and accompanying by the shear and fault. The regional trend of this banding and foliations is generally northeast southwest directions, which in the western part of Tamil Nadu and it is adjoining to the Kerala. The Eastern Gate Belt is divided into three longitudinal zones. And their properties in the belt are 30%, 20%, and 45% of a mineralogical zone is consisting. The mainly it is the Charnockite and Condorite formation. The western zone consisting of a Charnockite and basic granulite with a little amount of iron banded formations also. The central zone it is essentially it's a part of a garnet sillimanite, graphite, and along with the gneisses like a condylite, quartzite, calcisilicate rocks, crystalline limestones, manganese silicate carbonates, and cardiorite sapphirine granulate rocks. The eastern pegmatite zone is a composition of garnet bearing and granitic rocks. The pegmatites having the various types of rocks, including the leptonites and the porphyrite hyperchinnices. Condolites. Condolites are named after the cones of Andhra Pradesh and along the Orissa border. These are essentially garnet sillimanite sheets and nice it's containing the quartz feldspar and graphite. Condolites have altered into the bauxite deposits at some places and other varieties of rock which are associated with this condylite group, inclusion of quartzites, garnet, biotite gneisses, cardiorite gneisses, limestones, calcgranulite, and sapphirine bearing sillimanite gneisses. These condylite rocks derive from the high alumina clays and which are also fairly rich in iron. Chondrites are manganese-rich gneisses and sometimes which are associated with the chondrites group. These are compositions having the potash feldspar, apatite, manganese, pyroxene, and spessartine. And next composition it is Charnockite. The Charnockite rock was suggested by the Holland. It is a relation of hyperthin granite, and the name was given in honor of Job Charnock, who was founder of Calcutta, and whose tombstone was made with this rock only. Charnockite range in composition from ultra basic, basic to acidic varieties. And the acidic Charnockites are two types. The granulitic, it is having the tonalitic composition, and granitic, it has a granodioritic composition. And granulitic type, it is considered as a volcanic and igneous rock, and the granitic type of found much later due to the palinitic fusion and metasomatism. Yes, the granite needs transformation into the charnockite. It is known as a charnockite making, and as a charnockite is changed into the granite gneiss, it is called as a charnockite breaking. These features were identified recently in Karnataka state. And next, coming to this one, Central India province. In the Central India province, the pre-Cambrian rocks were exposed in a triangular belt, or which are located in Nagpur, Bandara, Chandrapur, and Gadchiroli districts in Central India, and it is referred as a Sakoli Grove. The Sakoli is built border on the north and northwest by the Sadguru Group, and the trending it is E, north, east, and the southeast by the north east trending, and the Donga Gats belt, it's consisting of Amagon, Nambagon, and Hyragat groups. The Sakoli group. The Sakoli group is considered as a proterozoic supracrustal belt, and it's covering an area over 3,500 square kilometers in the eastern part of the Maharashtra. And the group mainly comprises metaphyletic rocks with minor quartzite, conglomerates, BIF formations, and meta-enclaves, including of a metabasalt, metarhylotes, and tuff epiclastic rocks. The pillites in the belt, it's showing the different color, like green, brown, and gray. The presence of minerals like chlorite, biotite, almondite, and starolite, it is were indicated in the Sakoli group, and it's undergone into the progressive regional metamorphism. Yes, this group it is existing three different tectonic trends. Those trends are north northeast, south southwest to the northeast, southwest, east northeast, west southwest, and north northwest, south southeast to the northwest and southeast trending. And it has gone under three phases of a structural formations, folding and regional metamorphism, and it is referring as a Sakoli fold belt. The next one, it is a saucer group. The saucer group rocks are exposed in Chindwara and Balgat districts of Madhya Pradesh, Nagpur and Bandara districts of Maharashtra. These rocks were studied by the first time Fermer in 1919, and this group contains granulites, calcisilicate rocks, mica schist, marble, gondites, quartzite, and conglomerates. And mostly, the Mansar formations contains the richest manganese deposits in India. The sarcas are highly deformed and which are characterized by the southern belt of a woven isoclinal fold and the northern belt of the recumbent fold and napes. Based on the lithological study and the structural study and the geochronology, it is indicating that the Sakoli group, it is older than the Sasar group. Yeah, the classification of a Sakoli group, it is in a tabular format. The first one, it is showing a formation. Second one, it's consisting of a principal lithology. What is the lithology? It is in Sakoli group. We come in the bottom onwards. The first one, it is Gaikuri. The principal lithology of Gaikuri, it has the conglomerates, gritty quartzites, metamorphose, and little amount of carbonaceous phyllites, ferruginous quartzite, and banded iron formation. And it has a tectonized unconformity. And it has a Amgon Nice complex. And next formation, it is the Betkri formation. The Betkri formation has metabasalts with minor metapellites, jet bands, and meta-ultramorphic rocks. Next formation is a Vivapore. It has the metapellitic rocks. These metapellitic rocks are associated with the chlorites, andalusites, and starolites with interbanding of metavolcanics. That means internally it has some band. These bands mainly rhyolite, dacite, tuff, breccias, epiclastic rocks, and the minor basic rocks. Metaexolites, the main mineralization zone is here copper, zinc, and also little amount of a gold and tungsten mineralization was found. Next formation is a Pawnee. The Pawnee consisting of a slate, phyllite, conglomerate, and quartzite formations. Yeah, lithostratigraphic succession of a Sarser group. The Sarser group, it was started from older metamorphic. The formations are Charnockite orthognesis, hornblendenites, amphibolite, and chalcogranites. And next one, it is tripodenites. Between this is a tripodenites and older metamorphic. It has an unconformity. After the unconformity, The Kirodi gneisses were formed. It has biotite gneiss with amphibolites, calc-silicate gneiss, granulites, and feldspathic mica schist. And then disconformity. After this disconformity, Kabdi care member of a formation, and below that Sita Sangoni formation was there. It has a quartz mica schist, feldspathic schist, mica gneisses, quartzite and conglomerate formations were there. And next one, Kabdi key remember, it has a quartz biotite schist, granulite schist, and gneisses. And up to here, up to top formation of Bichua. Maximum, it's consisting of a metamorphosed rocks, metamorphosed formations like dolomitic marble, calcnisis cystis, mica cystis, quartzite, bionite gneisses. These are all. These are all the formations were identified in a Tasar group. Next one from Orissa province. The region of Singhbom. It was located in the southern part of Bihar and adjoining to the Orissa. And it's consisting of a Mayurbhanj, Bonai, and Keonjhar districts. These areas are, it is known for rich deposits of iron and copper. And it is also called as or marked as the Arcane Cratonic core region. It is called as the Arcane Cratonic core region. The Sigmund shear zone, it is operating in northern terrain of highly metamorphosed rocks and also southern terrain of less metamorphosed rocks. And this formation it's consisting of north Singhbom shear zone and south of Chota Nagpur granite Nasi complex, and these are recognized now as a North Singhbom mobile belt. And also it is called as a orogen, which evolved in a proterozoic group. The shear zone hosts a large deposits of copper and uranium, and these are associated with gold, molybdenum, nickel, selenium, and apatite magnetic bodies. The oldest rocks so far dated Bihar and Orissa are the older metamorphic group. It was found as an enclaves to several hundred kilometers. It was occupied several hundred square kilometers. In a size, it has a huge mass of a granitic terrain, so that it is named as a Singhbom granite. The granite it varies in a composition from the tolonite to granodiorite. Granite and emplace it's three phases. The youngest Precambrian basic entries of Sigmund. This group of a dikes, it's a predominantly developed in the north east and northwest trends. These dikes, it is designated as a never dolerites, and which are emplaced by the formation in middle of Proterozoic age. Precambrian formations of a Singham in Orissa. Here it's mentioning the approximate in age in millennials, group, and formation. It was started from the older metamorphic group. The age about around the 4,000 million years, and next stage it metamorphosed as a metamorphic Tauronite group. The age around about 3,800 million years. And next one, it is around 3,500 to 3,400 million years. So the folding metamorphic rocks, and it's a older metamorphic Tauronite gneisses. Sigmund granite, it's consisting of the age about 3,300 million years, which are formed in phase 1 and phase 2. And next one, it is a iron ore group, and Sigmund granite. It was in phase 3. The age was around 3,100 million years. The principal composition of formations here lava, stuff, acid volcanic banded hematite. Yes, here you see the iron formation was started. It has a jasper and banded quartz also, with iron ore of a ferruginous checks, and also it's consisting of a local dolomite and quartzitic sandstone. And next stage was about 2,400 million years to 2,300 million years. The group, it is Singham, and the formations are Dalbum and Chaibasa. And next group was Dhanchori, age about 2,300 million years. The formations are mainly consisting of a lava in Jagannathpur, Dhanchori, the simple formation of a lava, and Mungara sandstones. And there is an unconformity between the Kolhan and Dhanchori. There was a gap between this one. There was no formation along this one, and some sediments were formed. There was a gap was formed, and the age about around here 2,200 to 2,100 million years, and the group, it was a Kolhan group, and the formations are Jetia shales, limestones, and Mungra sandstones. And Gabbro anorthosite ultramorphics. The age was around 2,100 million years. And next was Mayurbhanj granite and Nevar dolerites. The age around about 1,600 million years to 950 million years. and Aravalli province. In Aravalli province, it is the Aravalli Hills range. It was a stretch from North Gujarat to South Haryana and across the formed in a Rajasthan. It is also known as a Aravalli Fold Belt. The Precambrian formations of these regions, it is made up of banded gneiss complex and also having the volcano sedimentary succession. And the supergroup it's overlying the basement gneisses with a significant erosion of unconformity. And mainly it's consisting of argillaceous rocks and impure calcareous rocks. And it's consisting of a subordinate amount of conglomerates, metavolcanic, and quartzites also. And the Aravalli succession, it is intruded by the granites and ultramorphic rocks. The Aravalli sequence of Rajasthan, along with Champanas of Gujarat and Bijawar of central India, and they are considered as equivalents of a Dharwad. It's located in southern India and equivalents to the Tasar and Sakoli groups of central India. The exact relation between the banded gneiss complex of Rajasthan and the Bundelkhand granite of central India. Yeah, the sequence of a Rajasthan in a Precambrian. When you come into this is a banded gneiss complex. It is a basement complex also. It has a Bilwara supergroup. The formations are Hindoli, Mangalwar complex, Sanmata complex. And it's also consisting of a very rich granite about the age it around 2500 million age. And the older rocks like Tingala granite, the age around about 2800 million years. And there is a unconformity between the Aravalli supergroup and banded gneiss complex. After this is a unconformity. The Aravalli supergroup, it has a two groups. It has a two groups before the unconformity, and there was a lithogranite intrusion. The first one, it is a Dilwara group. It has a basic volcanic formations, quartzite and dolomites. And next one, it is a Debari formation or a Debari group. It has a lead and a zinc bearing dolomite, gravates, umbra carbon phyllites, phosphorate bearing rocks, and some conglomerates, quartzites, arkoses were identified. And there is some unconformity. After that, the pink granite intrusion was identified. Yes, in a Auravall group, after the unconformity formation, there was a Gerol group, and it's a consisting of a serpentinite, talc tremolite sisters, and Gerol phyllite within a band. And the thin bands are having the quartzite. Icefall conglomerates and quartzites was also recorded. What is the mineral health of Arcanes? It has a n number of and enormous economic mineral deposits were formed. Those are iron ore, manganese, chromium, gold, copper, lead, zinc, tungsten, uranium, and etc. The maximum of the deposits were associated with the cysts and the granite formations. The mainly iron ore, Arcane sediments contains some richest and largest iron deposits in the world. These are found in Baba Budan, Kudremukh, and Sandur Hills range in Karnataka, Singham of Bihar, Kionjar and Bonai districts of Orissa, Bastar, Chanda and Durg districts of Madhya Pradesh. In Maharashtra, it was in Chandapur, Bandra, Sindhburg districts. And these iron ores containing titanium and vanadium deposits also. Manganese ore deposits were presented in Gondwana and chondrites. It was metamorphosed magniferous deposits. The Gondite type of manganese deposit, it was found in Chindwara and Bakagarh district of Madhya Pradesh and Nagpur. Chondrite type of manganese deposits were occurs in the eastern Gust and it is associated with the chondrites. And these laterite deposits of manganese deposits occurs in the Karnataka, Bihar, Goa, and Orissa states. And some gold deposits. The gold it is mainly associated with the Arcane older greenstone belts, like the best example for the Kolar, Hatti in Karnataka, Ramagiri and Chigurgunta in Andhra Pradesh. And the gold it is also byproduct for copper ores, iron ores, and also it's a consisting of some uranium bearing deposits. Yeah, uranium. The only uranium in its mine was situated in Jadugud of a Singham district in Bihar, and it's consisting of uraninite, turbentonite, and other uranium minerals, which are found in along the copper belt of Singham. The like other secondary uranium minerals like allanite, columbite, tantalite, tamarskite, or associate occasionally, which are found in pegmatite in various parts of India. Yeah, and this is about Dharwar group, and it is mainly associated with the Arcanes. And next, we'll see about Proterozoic group. The Proterozoic group, it is a generation parts of Archamphaeton, and it is a allows, and it's covered by the middle and upper Proterozoic deposits, and these deposits and shallow basins we are calling Purana basins. These Proterozoic group of rocks were exposed in peninsular India. There are two types of the Proterozoic basins were identified in a peninsular basin. The older type, it's restricted up to